Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm about to make a coffee, obviously. You guys, we got these new syrups for our Nespresso machine. You guys know, Mitch and I are like baristas. But we got this almond roca, and then I also got a white chocolate sauce, and it tastes like cake batter. And it's my literal favorite combo ever. So we got the white chocolate sauce. I'm about to make a coffee. I think I'm gonna make a hot coffee today. Who is she? But it's like super gloomy outside. It has been for the past couple of days here in Dallas. And we just wanted to do a video today where we sit down and kind of do a continuation of stories about our relationship early on that we've never told anyone pretty much. So that is what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be talking about the time we almost broke up on our 1-year anniversary. So that should be very interesting and entertaining for you guys. But first, gotta make my coffee, because what is a D&M sit down video without a cup of coffee? I'll show you guys how I make this new drink of mine, and then we'll set up for the video. We got our little coffee station over here. If you guys saw our home decor video, we got that. And then we also got these little espresso cups. They are the freaking cutest thing ever, and we're literally obsessed with it. I honestly just measure it because I kind of know, like, I work in a coffee shop and I have for years, so I kind of just know how much I like. But I'm gonna do the white syrup, just enough to cover the bottom. And then for this, I just eye it as well. I just eyeball this. I probably do like, I don't know, 2 teaspoons or so. Okay, we're doing a sit down video right here in our beloved sit down video spot. I'm gonna see how this coffee tastes. But wow, that's sweet. Okay, I'm gonna add another shot of espresso. By the way, Mitch is beatboxing in the bathroom.
Alright guys, you ready to hear about our first time we almost broke up?
The first time, because there's been many.
I wouldn't say many. I would say there's a few times that it got close that we almost ended our relationship.
Yep.
And this is definitely the first time, and it was probably the most likely one to happen too. So,
yeah.
So it's interesting how this happened, and it happened over our first year anniversary, like in that range. And there was just some disasters that went into it.
So disastrous.
Well, mainly our first year anniversary, like that was not a good anniversary.
No, it wasn't. Okay, so last night Mitch and I were like, okay, what video should we film tomorrow? Yeah. And we were thinking about story times. We were thinking back to like the videos where we did story times on our first, second, third date. Who said I love you first? Our first road trip.
Yeah.
We said that at the same time. And Mitch was like, what did we do for our first year anniversary? And I was like, oh my God, that was when we almost broke up. Like, it was awful. So now we gotta tell y'all the story, because it's just, looking back on it. By the way, Mitch and I's 4-year anniversary is coming up in like 4 days from when you guys are seeing this.
That's what made me think about it too. I was like, well, what did we do for our first anniversary? And yeah, it wasn't so pretty. So I guess I'll start with this.
Okay, take it away, man.
Because it was really on me. Like, I was the one that kind of wanted to break up at that time. And I honestly think that we were going through like one of our first like rough patches and stuff. And because, well, honestly, we did almost break up once before this, but it was so like petty that it doesn't matter. We made up within like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all are ready to hear that one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not ready to share that one.
Yeah, we're not ready.
It's too petty. But this one is like the one where like I was almost set. Like and so I'll give you the context. All right. We were nearing our first anniversary, and she was about to take a trip to Arkansas. I was supposed to go with.
This was for my family reunion, by the way.
Yeah. And there was a reason why I couldn't go, and it might have been that I had something that I had to do in Minnesota.
Yeah.
But there was a reason. So I did not go because I wanted to break up.
Yeah,
but there was some reason behind this. And so she was getting ready to go. We were in our first year anniversary like stretch, and we were going through a rough time, and I was talking to my buddies, and the general theme of what we were talking about was, well, I mean, it's the year mark, so if you go past a year, like you know, it's harder to break it off.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so if you're gonna do it, is what me and my buddies were talking about, do it now. I even talked to my family, like I guess I'm including them.
What?
Like my sister. Let me rephrase that, all right? I didn't like talk to my sister like, what should I do, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I just kind of expressed the sentiment I was having that I don't know if we're gonna work. I don't know if this is right? Like, I don't know if like things can go past this point. And that's kind of what I was talking with my buddies about, but it was like, it was more back and forth and stuff. And so I think I was mostly getting scared about commitment at this time. I had never had a girlfriend past a month and a half before Destiny, and that came in like 7th grade or something like that. So I wasn't used to this. I think I was getting scared of commitment. I was noticing that we were having problems and stuff, and I was just like not sure what to do, right? And so this was like leading up to the 1st year anniversary, and me and Destiny were talking back and forth, and like we knew that like something wasn't right. There just wasn't like, you know, this connection between us that we had in the past. And I forget though, were you kind of like, you were kind of like getting sadder at this point, like, you know, getting a little more, I don't want to say depressed, but like, just
yeah,
sad.
I was getting sad because I just, like you said, I felt like we weren't like connected. Like, I don't know, there's just like a really bad vibe about us that I didn't like. And beforehand, before I went to Arkansas, we celebrated our 1-year anniversary actually. And it was just like, I feel so mean saying this, but it was just the worst because we were both not in the right headspace about our relationship.
It's hard to have a 1-year anniversary and celebrate it when you're both like not
like wondering if like it's gonna work out, you know?
Exactly.
So I remember I was at his house, he
God.
you know what I'm gonna say? That's what I'm like, God.
Yep.
He made me dinner.
I made her dinner and I didn't even have all like the stuff I needed.
Yeah, so we didn't have
literally
any
had salmon.
yeah, we just had baked piece of salmon, no sides, because he thought he had the sides but he didn't. And I just felt like you didn't really care. Like you're just like, we're just gonna eat the salmon and that's it. And then we went upstairs to his bedroom.
At this point, well, let me just say before you go on,
yeah,
I don't think I did care. Like that's like the sad part about this. Like I don't think I did care at this point. And a lot of this has to do with like just the things that we were feeling in this relationship, and we'll get into it, you know.
Yeah, okay, so this is gonna make me sad. Like, even though we're 3 years past this, like, it's making me sad. Anyway, we went upstairs and I forget what I got you for our 1-year anniversary. Like, I really don't even remember. But I remember all you got me was a card that like said something in it, and then all he wrote was like, I love you, Mitch. Like that's it, like nothing of his own words. And that's when it really hit me. Like I got so pissed off.
For context with this, I always used to write her letters and notes.
Yeah, we have an entire video about like all the notes I read that you wrote me.
So I know I got her something, but it was, I think it was just like insignificant, like clothes or something. Not like a 1st anniversary gift, but like I swear to you guys, I would not have gone on that 1st anniversary without getting her something. I did not just like buy a card and slap I love you on it. I know I got her something. I know it. Because you got me something. I forget what though. But I know we exchanged gifts. I know that for sure.
But yeah, I was really upset. I was going through the emotions, you guys. And yeah, I really just didn't know what was gonna happen between us, you know? Everything was just up in the air.
After that, she left for Arkansas. That week, I don't think I ever told you this either. I kind of just, you know, I took that week to say, all right, you know, will I be okay without Destiny in my life? You know?
Yeah, you did mention this to me like later on.
Yeah, so I took that week, you know, we were texting and stuff, but not as much as we used to. And like, actually barely anything actually.
Yeah.
I know that she was very sad though, because that's what she was telling me. And at this point, I think like you were almost coming to grips with the fact that, you know, we were going to break up.
Yeah.
And I was like determining whether or not that was the right thing to do on my end. And so how long did you stay in Arkansas?
I think I was in Arkansas for like, I want to say like 4 or 5 days.
I honestly think that a little bit too was and this is where I just say, like, I'm at fault for how I was thinking at this time, and so I'm very glad we didn't break up, because I think that I was at fault here. But at this time too, I do remember that Destiny was getting very clingy. You know what I mean? Like I could see that happen, right? And we're both clingy with each other, but at this point, I think it was just like first boyfriend, first serious girlfriend, and stuff like that. So it's the classic, like, falling really deeply in love and feeling the fear of commitment even to such a wonderful person. And, you know, and almost thinking like I wasn't good enough for her and stuff like that. And so after that week, you know, I kind of lived life thinking that, all right, is this going to be okay without Destiny? Am I going to be fine without Destiny? And my answer was very 50-50. I didn't know, but I had made the decision at that point. All right, I'm not going to keep Destiny waiting for me. We just have to end it. If I'm unsure, I'm just going to break up with her. And yeah, it was very sad, guys. Especially seeing us now and like thinking about all we've been through and stuff. It's very sad to look back at this moment.
Wow, rough. Like looking back, it's just crazy that it ever happened because we got this far.
One of the reasons why we're doing this video is to show that this is one of the things you have to work through. Almost breaking up, I think, happens in almost every single good relationship nowadays. You know, not even nowadays, just ever. Like those are the things, the obstacles, the hurdles that you kind of have to jump over to see if this is like, if you're truly committed to each other. And so that's where we bring to next. So she came back from Arkansas.
Yep.
And I remember I came over to her house, and we weren't living with each other at this time. And we were on her bed, and you could tell that like we both, like, I was sitting her down to talk about something. She knew exactly what it was, you know what I mean? Like it was just one of those moments.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Right? And I forget what we had like talked about, but like early on I was just like, you know, I've been thinking a lot about maybe breaking up. Maybe we should break up, or even go on a break or something like that. It just doesn't feel like this is right anymore. And I can only explain the feeling that I got next. I barely remember what happened, but you started crying,
of course.
And yeah, and I started crying, and in that moment, I think I remembered why I loved Destiny so much, and it was because like I think it almost shook us up into like remembering why we're dating each other almost. We started hugging each other, saying how much we loved each other and that we didn't want to lose each other, and it really, yeah, I almost started crying too. And actually it like painted the template for us on how almost every other time we almost broke up, this is exactly how we came together. We like, you know, we just, like every time we're close to just like getting an argument that's like just like a breaker, right? We just like think, all right, this is dumb. Like
yeah, it's kind of like the best way I can describe it. I don't want this to sound too dramatic, but it's kind of like a near-death experience. But like not actually, like the emotions are the same. You just realize what's important. Like in a near-death experience, you realize like, wow, this doesn't matter and this does
your
matter.
Life flashes before your eyes in a near-death experience. You know, our relationship flashes before our eyes. And when that happens, everything flashes before us, and like I start thinking like, wow, like no, this is a good relationship. We're just not in the right head right now, and we just need to get back to it, you know. We're arguing over petty things or something like that,
communication was just really off.
And so I don't think we were communicating fully that we loved each other, you know. And like I said, there was a few things with me. I wasn't feeling good enough, but I also wasn't feeling like appreciative, you know, over the thing. And I think that led to me not feeling like I was good enough, right? Like, oh, I tried and tried, but it's just not good enough, you know. And I think there was just a lot of those things. But that's
and some of that is like to blame on me. Like I'm at fault for the things that I lacked to make you feel appreciated.
Yeah, and I was at fault for the things that like I was like taking for granted in our relationship, honestly. So we were both just like struggling at this time. But then in that moment when we were talking about it, just all this love flared up, and we were both just crying in each other's arms. And we absolutely said at that time that, all right, we're not gonna break up. We're gonna try to work this out. We're gonna see where this goes.
You know the crazy thing?
What?
We were so young.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like we were so young. I was literally still 19.
Yeah, when I was 22.
Wow. Okay. So I was
23.
Were you 23? 3 years. 3 years ago. We don't know
I was
how old
23.
we are. Were you 23? If you were 23, then I was
26.
Oh yeah, I was 20. I was 20.
Yeah.
I had just turned 20.
Yeah. We came together just acknowledging that, you know, we needed to communicate better. We needed to show our love for each other better, and really be devoted to the relationship. You know, if you're gonna be in it, you know, we have to be in it. You know, and I think those are the things that we kind of came together on and understood. Some of the things that we were angry at each other for and frustrated about in our relationship was really our own faults, and we acknowledged that, and then acknowledged after that the real beauty of our relationship. Like, for those of you who have been with us since we started filming, like, I don't even think we were filming at this point in time yet.
Wow, we weren't filming on YouTube? That seems so weird.
Right? So, like, this is pre-YouTube, pre-all you guys. Like, you guys didn't know us at this time. And
crazy.
It's so crazy. And so you guys can see, if you've been with us throughout this time, you can see kind of like the explosion of love that happened after that. And I'm not even kidding. Like,
yeah, it's like a product of the past.
Yeah, it absolutely paved a way toward a better relationship, because I think that we were so in love at the start, right, that like we almost kind of glossed over and sugar-coated the problems that were arising. Yep. And then it all blew up in that moment, right? And
that's literally exactly what happened.
Yeah. And then we just had to address it, you know. And that's why I bring up issues that we have all the time now. Like, if there's like a seriously, it can be overblown sometimes, but like, if there's a problem that is going to harm our relationship, I would rather have a difficult talk immediately than to talk about 17 things once you are done kind of just like putting them in the corner, you know. And then you're just like, well, you did this, blah, blah, blah. When you can just like stick to one and then talk about it, discuss it, and then maybe those other 16 things won't happen, you know. And that's how I kind of think of it now, especially after that time. So if you guys have been with us, I mean, you can see how much that moment actually has led to us being such a great couple, in my opinion. Like, I absolutely love this woman more than I can ever imagine, and it's crazy to think that a near breakup had a lot to do with that, you know. So I love you.
Yeah, I just feel like that whole experience, we were just so young, like you said, we were so in love, and we just kind of neglected all the bad stuff because we just wanted the honeymoon phase to just draw out and last forever.
Yeah, hell, we still do that.
Yeah. We do. Well, I mean, like, you have to, you know. Of course we get in fights and stuff, but I don't know, like, I still feel in love with you.
I feel in love with you so much. I mean, our anniversaries after that have been dynamite. I mean, our second and third this year. This year will kind of be bogus just because of COVID and stuff.
Bogus. It's not gonna be too bogus though. Okay, so for our 2nd year anniversary, we went to the jazz club, which was so fun. We would love to do that again. That was so fun. I loved that. That was so different. That was really cool. We literally picked to go there like 30 minutes before we went, because we were like, where should we go out to eat? Yeah, it was Mitch's. Yeah.
I hardly ever do this.
Pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, well, so I'm going to, because when we met, one of the big things of our relationship was that Destiny knew all the places to go in Minneapolis and St. Paul. And I think I had barely ever been to Minneapolis, honestly. Like, I hated big cities. I just hated Minneapolis. And she knew all the cool spots. And so, like, that was one thing that I really liked about our relationship, is that she brought me everywhere. Like, she like showed me all these cool things I'd never seen before. Things that I probably should have living in Minnesota. Yeah. You were literally like
a crab.
Yeah, I was a hermit. Like all I did was read books and like at this time I was converted to Judaism, so I was just reading a lot of religious books, going in on that. And so when I had picked a jazz club to go to, and then it ended up being one of like the best dates we ever had.
Yeah, it was so good.
Jazz clubs are cool. If you haven't gone to one, I mean, if they ever open, like definitely go to one. Because I don't know, the music just like, I don't really listen to jazz like outside of those things, but when you're there in the, like, it's definitely an atmosphere thing.
Yeah, you feel like you kind of feel like bougie, like classy. Yep. We were eating like seafood, and it was just good. It was really fun.
They didn't have straws.
Yeah, they didn't have straws.
This was before the straw bans were going on, and they didn't even have straws. You know?
I was like, okay.
They said this. We were like, she wanted a straw, and I was like, hey, can we get a straw? Just thinking that it was normal, right? And she's like, we don't have straws, but we have a spoon if you want.
I was like,
a spoon?
Sure.
Okay, you're just gonna
I guess so. I guess so.
And so that was like the only unfortunate part of the night. And what necklace did I get you for this anniversary?
The square one. The
square. So the square necklace that you always see Destiny wear. That's what I got her as a present that year. I got her promise ring. Literally, I got this promise ring 3 months into our relationship.
Yeah, he got me this for Christmas, actually. Oh, sorry.
So like that just goes to show how deeply in love we fell, like almost immediately. I promised my life to her at this moment, and actually that was something I thought of during this moment too. Like after we had when we were going through this difficulty, I was thinking about like, damn, but like I promised this girl, you know what I mean? And I think that's what weighed on my head a lot when we were making up and stuff. It's just like I promised not only myself but like the Lord above us that I was gonna stick with this girl. And so we're not married yet, but I absolutely promised her my life. So I have to stick that through as long as she is willing to stick with me too. So that's my commitment. I love you so much.
You're so amazing.
And then our third anniversary.
3rd-year anniversary, we went out to eat at a super bougie restaurant. We actually went there for our first Valentine's Day together, and it was just, the second time around was good. It was better for our anniversary that we went. Yeah. And that was actually after we went out to eat, and we just went and hung out with my family for a little bit. Yep. And I feel like we always get ice cream or something. I feel like we did something after. I can't remember, but we didn't film that one because we were actually gone from YouTube for a little bit. Yeah. That was the year that his friend passed away, my grandma passed away, and we were just like, no YouTube, like our minds can't handle it. So yeah. And that was a break. That break actually was a big growing point for us. Yeah. Yes. And then this year, August 1st is our 4th-year anniversary, and we're going to Austin. We're going to Austin? Yep. We're going to Austin, Texas. We wanted to go to Arizona, but you guys know with COVID, we just didn't want to travel that far. Yep. We have traveled back home to Minnesota, but that's because like we have a place to stay where we know people. We have a home there, but we don't have that in Arizona, so it's not as like comfortable. Although we would have driven our own car, gotten an Airbnb, we just felt like Austin was a better choice. It's only 3 hours away, and we're gonna make like a whole day out of it. So traveling like half a day at this time is just so, we've done it to Colorado and we've done it to Minnesota. It's just like it's such a big headache. Oh my god, it really drains you. And I don't even be driving, but it's like draining. It's so tiring. Now it's just like, all right, you gotta dodge people, you gotta bring masks, you gotta get in and out of a gas station quick, and you gotta wipe your hands after everything you touch. After we come out of the gas stations, even after we wash our hands, we're like, okay, hand sanitizer, wipe everything down again, wipe your phones, do this, do that. But you guys know us, we can't stop traveling all together. So we're going 2-3 hours away to Austin. Might stop in Waco, who knows? Yeah, maybe, who knows, but Austin is like one of our favorite cities ever. Yep. Austin is just, oh, we freaking love Austin. Yep. And you guys already saw, if you watched our home decor haul, some of the gifts that I already got Destiny for. Oh yeah. I wanted to do it then because we were shopping for home decor. We had seen the home decor in Kirkland's, and she had always wanted cactus paintings or pictures to hang up. And you know, after buying her jewelry so much for not just the anniversaries, but Valentine's Day and Christmas and stuff, I was like, you know, I just want this one to be like a little bit more special. She had been talking about cactus pictures for like 2 years, you know.
And so
I
was
just love the deserty vibe.
Yeah.
Like, okay, for our next place, we're for sure doing like the whole desert vibe.
Well, now that we have those, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so I wanted those to be special, but yeah, there will be other stuff too. And literally, guys, I asked for books for my gift.
I was like, what do you want? Like, I am always so vocal about things that I want, but Mitch is just like humble. Like, he doesn't say like, oh, I want this, like I want this. So I have to ask him, what do you want? And he just wants books. So I'm gonna get you other stuff, but yeah, he's gonna pick out some books and I'm gonna order them for him. So
yeah. I'm very content with what I have. I just need a good woman, some books to read, like to constantly like be getting new books. Because I was just telling her, I haven't gotten a new book in like maybe a month. Maybe a month. Yeah, and I just feel like, what do I do?
Yeah, you just feel like you're not learning anything. You're not growing because you're not obtaining new knowledge. So.
Yeah.
Okay, baby. But yeah, that is our story about the time we almost broke up. Like for real. Like it was getting there, but you know, we overcame with love and devotion and just believing that we could be better as a couple, and here we are 3 years later. We're about to celebrate 4 years together, and it's just been good times.
All right, guys, well, now that we've digressed so much, we'll listen.
Oh my god, we freaking died. We just took this video to a whole nother topic. Sorry, guys.
But that's the video, guys. Thanks for watching again. If you want to check out more videos of our relationship, we have a few date series. Go check those out. Other than that, though, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Peace out.
Balconies with exceptional views. Columns lined up where they barbecue.